Yeah, so we wanted to kind of do an update on the service truck from the first batch of them. I've added some tools and equipment to it. In talking with other guys, you know, I think we all realize that a service truck is kind of a work in progress all the time. So, yeah, so here goes. So this is box one here, and so some of the things I've added here recently, some of them are kind of inconsequential, but pretty handy. And this is one of those, as it says, it's zip ties. And it's another one of these Plano boxes. And I don't know if this is true for other guys, but zip ties are kind of a pain in the neck to store. Because you need to be able to get at them, but you don't want to lose them. And it's nice to have them, keep them organized. So this has been the best solution I've found for these. It carries all my regular sizes, and I've got a few colored ones for color coding during disassembly, but it keeps them organized and clean, and it works really well. I got a bag, that's what I was doing before, just a bag of the big ones right there, and yeah, so anyhow, I recommend it. These Plano boxes are great. They're pretty cheap. I get them at Walmart, and this has been a good solution for this problem. Yeah, so first new tool, I just got these recently, and as you'll see later on, I made a spot for a couple tap and die sets, the metric and standard, and these are something that I've heard about for quite a while. They're made by Lisle. They're made in the U.S. and they're tap sockets. So this one accepts a 1-inch or I guess that's an M24 metric, and it's got an O-ring that will keep the the shaft of the tap steady. Then you can see inside it's got the square cutout, so you've got your torque. And this one is 1/2-inch drive, so I am really happy with them. They're pretty inexpensive. They're made in the U.S. and for places where you got to reach down in, you can just add an extension to it, and you're good to go. And so I ended up getting the two sets, and it goes right down to this is a number 1, I think. And so I think that goes down to 1/8 inch. And there's a little bit of leeway that you got between metric and standard. It's set up for that. I think it's MCTI, which is a standard shaft and standard square drive on the taps. But anyhow, I'm really happy with them. You know, for reaching down into hard to get places with an extension, but also just having like that power that you can only really get with a ratchet or a breaker bar, even. You know, they're pretty good tools. I recommend them. You know, again, they're made by Lisle. Another real nice advantage to these, and that's part of the reason why they're here in this box, is that they also accept either a square or a fluted easy out. And I've got this tool, or this compartment has got my power tools like Milwaukee, like the drill motors and whatnot, but I've got a box of left-handed bits and easy outs here, and you can see there's a fluted easy out, so it just slips down in there, and this is 3/8 drive. And it's retained by that O-ring and slips into the drive, and you're good to go. So, yeah, good tool. Yeah, so then dropping down a drawer or two, I've added a couple things here. And this is that Gearwrench strap wrench that it's 3149 from Gearwrench. And I just want to say again that this is a real good tool. I had a KD for a long time. It basically was worn out. The half-inch drive tube was twisted. The nylon strap was frayed. And so I found this on eBay from Gearwrench, and I got it. It's pretty cheap, but it's just a cheap, simple tool. And one of the things I like about it is it's a small clearance, so you can reach up in there, add an extension if you want, and I mean, it sticks right close to the filter itself, and so I'm really happy with that. I've actually got a snap-on that I don't use, costs a lot, and it's really bulky, and the strap's too stiff, I think. I still use it, but it's not as user-friendly, I don't think. So I did add these in this box. We have to use these the other day. These are Proto Spanners. I've had these for a long time. So it's like 2-inch, 3-inch, and 4-inch, the pin spanners. And, these are really well-built tools. Like I said, I've had them a long time. They were living in my cylinder repair toolbox in the shop, and we needed them the other day. The mechanic at the shop was working on this truck, and so I pulled them out, and I just figured I better, keep them riding in there. But they're super solid, and sometimes you just need that pin spanner. And so I think that's the thing about good tools. Tools are such an important part of what we do, and buying good ones and taking good care of them it's the way to go. If you do that, they'll last a lifetime. You always have them if you need them. Yeah, so that's it there. And then last but not least, this is something for other guys running LX870D. I had the machine in the shop a couple services ago, and where I had to set it up in the shop to do the service I was doing, I didn't have full clearance up against the door. I was backed up tight against one of the bay doors, and so I couldn't raise the lid all the way up. And so I just cut a couple pieces of light angle and raised the lid up. And then this angle I just dropped on top of the cylinder, rods that lift the lid. And so that provided, a real element of safety, so that lid could not physically drop. So it was just scrap angle. So I'm going to pack these with you because, of course, just like anything else, if you can't release the load, it's danger. And so these are pretty handy. So yeah, so there you go. First box and some new additions.